Start recording. So we're at the end of November. Okay, so ending with the No Excuse November. So hopefully that has helped everyone hit Success Club. Yes, everybody has hit Success Club. Good. Okay, I feel like October. Was that the bad month? October. Yeah. There was a bad month in there where everybody was like, I can't wait till it's over. And I think it was October. Yeah. But I'm here to warn you guys that December may not be much better than that. Okay. So this is the calm before the storm. I'm not worried about you guys though. I really am not. Thank you, Leah. Yes. December's going to be amazing. She got to do the smackdown on me. Like, let's be positive. I love it. So I wanted to talk to you guys about recruiting today because I know we were on last week and we wanted to talk about where we're getting people, coaches and working coaches and how we're attracting these people. So I wanted to start the discussion with that and see how you guys, what you can contribute to each other as far as recruiting goes. So one thing to keep in mind is, and I know I've said this before, but when Holly Hillier went to Super Saturday in DC, she was talking about really deciding to move her business forward. She made that decision and she wanted to move it forward. And her upline coach said, look, you need to build emeralds, you need to build diamonds. And Holly was stumped because she said, I know these people can do it, but they won't stay. And her upline coach said, it doesn't matter. What you're doing is you're building momentum. And you guys, I see it over and over and over. This is a compounding business. When I interviewed Joy yesterday, she made that point as well. It's a compounding business. So year over year, if you keep putting the work into it, it's going to show. It's going to move forward, right? You do have to put the work into it, but it is going to compound. So you have to keep that in mind as well. So if you're building these emeralds and they're falling off, or you're building these diamonds, that's okay. That really is okay. Like, you want them to stay there, but you can't pour into those people if they're not going to stay around, if that makes sense. Okay. So what you're doing is you're like, oh my gosh, you know what? I helped someone advance. I helped someone get to emerald. I can do that again. I helped someone get to diamond. I can do that again. And it keeps compounding on each other, right? When you look in your back office and you see all of these people that have been part of your team, part of your tribe, that helps you to gain the momentum to keep it going. So let's start with the very first thing is recruiting coaches, signing coaches up. Where do you find those people? How do you attract them? What are your calls to action on your social media? What are you doing for those people? Tess, why don't you start us off? Sorry, guys.
I'm on this call because I need tips. I usually listen to the calls afterwards. Well, I'm actually off today, but what I've been doing just is pretty much the groups. I'm only like looking for coaches. Like in the past, we were told to kind of look in your completed groups for people who had transformations and then swing them into coaching. But what happens is what I've noticed is these people came in to lose weight. They weren't really wanting to get a side job. And so then they don't work out as well as people who come in wanting to do the job. And so that's just how I found it. So all my like page advertisements and stuff is just looking directly for coaches.
Sorry, I was a little distracted there.
Oh, no worries.
I wanted to say hi.
No worries.
Looking directly for coaches. I did hear that.
Yeah. So directly looking for coaches. If someone gets a transformation, they may come to me. But whenever I've gotten the transformed people, they were just there to lose the weight. Like, they were never wanting to do the coaching thing. So if they do join, they wind up becoming a discount coach for the Shake Up or the Energize or whatever it is that they want. But they don't seem to be gung-ho about wanting to coach. So
how do you present that as far as, guys, this is a business. Let's make this, you can get paid for your passion, helping other people and losing weight at the same time and making your fitness your business. How do you present that? Do you? Anyone? I mean, this is why we're here, to see what attracts these people to the business side to work.
I talk about the business a lot because I'm one of the few people that like started this for the business opportunity and not necessarily the fitness. So when I have people that tell me that they can't afford to sign up, I always like, I don't just like leave it. I always say like, okay, I totally understand where you're coming from, but like if you have a few people that wanted to do it with you, you can make your money back right away. I can like help mentor you so you can turn this into a business or a side hustle. So like I always say it to anyone and everyone. I never like assume that somebody is not going to want to do it, and I'm not pushy about it. I'm not to the point where I'm like, you should totally coach and you have to coach. But there's no one that I like don't ask about the business opportunity, or at least give them the option.
Kelsey, can I ask you, when you first started, like I heard you say you started just for the business, like what was it that drew you in? Because see, I started as a challenger and then a discount coach, and so I don't know like how to present that into an attractive, well, I guess I don't want to say attractive way, but to a way that's comforting. So like what was it that pulled you in, or what did you see?
Honestly, for me, I was at like a really rough spot in life, and I was just scrolling through Facebook, but I saw somebody that was like incredibly happy, and I had seen several of her posts, but it was one that was like presenting the business opportunity. I don't remember her exact words, but it was obviously something along the lines of like looking for 5 women who you know, want to get healthy and fit while helping others, and I was like, yeah, okay. But then I like stopped and I was like, how am I going to judge this person and act like this is a scam or this isn't gonna work when I'm like completely miserable, and look at how happy she is. So I ended up like reaching out to her, and I think like at that moment I really just needed a change, and I was at my breaking point. So I signed up right away, and I didn't even like, she didn't even explain everything to me. Because,
you just knew you wanted it.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like I need to get better at, is like the trick, like the feelings, like expressing the feelings. Because obviously you tuned in with what she was saying, like you can feel better, or so that's what I need to get better on, because I struggle because I started with the discount. So a lot of times I just bring on discount coaches, and I'm hoping that they're going to become like me and fall so madly in love with it that it's just going to create this momentum, but that doesn't always happen.
Something that changed in the last week for me, and I'm not saying I signed up all these coaches, but I got some responses. I you know, the bulk of you guys are on Instagram stories, I know that, but I do posts on Facebook about, again, I just recruit for coaches now. So that's it pretty much. And then once I can hit my SC5 or 10, I'm SC10, I'm done. And then I swing over to recruiting. But I've been writing everything. And then I noticed when I swung it into stories and kind of just verbalize things like helping with carpool and let people judge because another one's paying my bills and all that. That stuff really struck a chord with people for some reason. And so like they might not have sent me, I mean, I got a lot of messages through my stories in the last couple of weeks about, holy cow, I'm so glad you brought that up because my family would judge me if I did this. And that wasn't done on purpose. I was just kind of speaking from the heart. And I mean, I just lucked out. So I'm having a lot of conversations with these people. So I don't know, something, maybe it's being more vulnerable than I'm normally used to doing, but it's the stories that seem to be striking up more conversations, more than my Facebook stuff. And more than my Instagram posts. Like, I don't think anyone even looks at the feed anymore. I think everyone just runs into stories now. So
I'm old school. I still look at the posts. But I love that. I love that you're finding something that's getting to them faster. Because we always say, one of our favorite things to say here is that Facebook is more like eHarmony. It's like a slow, like dating site. And then Instagram is more Tinder, where it's like, boom, yeah, let's talk. Anyway, Lauren, were you going to say something? I saw you take yourself off mute really fast.
No, I was just going to say, when you said your stories test, are you talking Instagram stories or Facebook stories?
I mean, I'm filtering them both into both, but start in stories because people can't respond in Facebook stories. I mean, they'll see your story, but if there's a poll and things like that, they can't put an answer in. Do you know what I'm saying? They just, so it's all
I changed my Instagram account back to personal, and so that way my stories I can just tap the Facebook button and my stories go to my Facebook page, my personal page. And I've noticed a lot more traction from newer eyeballs on my Facebook. And so that's why I was curious if you.
So I do both. It's painful. Like, so my Instagram story goes into my like page, Facebook story, and then I'll just manually put it into my personal
Bring it down. Okay.
Okay, what else, you guys? Brittany, go ahead.
I think for me, something that's clicked for me recently is like the whole, I don't do sponsored ads. I know that some of you do, and I know that a lot of top coaches have great success with them, but I haven't done the research to validate putting my money in, because I know that you have to mess with it and tweak it for a really long time to get your return. And I'm hitting Success Club 10 plus without it, so I'm just not there yet, which if you're there and you figured it out, awesome, teach me your ways. But I see like Angie Bellamar and like Lindsay Matway and those people's stuff pop up in my feed, like influencers wanted and that stuff. And when I attract the influencer type person, they don't do anything with the business. I have found average Joe moms are the ones that are killing my business, because if someone is already a fitness account or, you know, an influencer status, they already have their jam. And so they're coming in expecting to make $1,000 in their first week, and they don't. And so for me, I've attracted like, we had a retreat in January, and one thing we did was like make a dream team list. And I had it on my Drag Race board for a while, and I was signing up some of them, and not a single one of them has done anything with the business. And I was like, you were a dream team to me because you had 7,000 followers on Instagram that looked like you had your ish together. And then it didn't translate because they don't have a personal story with Beachbody, or they're already a personal trainer and they refuse to do a home workout or drink Shakeology or whatever it is. There's always been a hang up when I attract that influencer type person. So I would say I have a healthy mix of people signing up for the business opportunity and pulling from my challenge group. But I also, and I've talked to some of you one-on-one with this, I also really struggle with inviting because it feels icky to me. And so I do a ton of connecting and passive inviting, to the point where I connect with them so much that my passive invites, they're replying to my stories and they're like, okay, fine, like tell me more or whatever it is. And so my challengers also will see my passive invites. So I very rarely and I need to, especially with Transform 20 coming up, because I want all of my people in Shanti's group because he's amazing and he was so hands-on in the test group, get into people's inboxes more. I just struggle with it because of the way that I was originally signed up years ago, and it feels icky to me. I was on another direct company before, and I ignore all of those types of messages in my inbox, so I feel like my people would also ignore that. But we just start talking about breastfeeding or babies or seasonal sadness or whatever it is, and the next thing I know, they're interested in me, I'm interested in them, and then they become a Rockstar Challenger, then they become a coach, and it trickles like that. But the people that I do have signing up as business builders from day one, it's because I watched Rachel Baldwin actually spoke in our leaders page, and I pulled it from Facebook, and I can share the link here if you guys want. But she talked about how she just trickles business stuff all day long in her stories, and that's when I started signing up business builders, showing that I'm truly unplugged when my son's awake, except right now because I'm on a call and he's awake. But the baby monitor and the computer, and I have a to-do list. I literally will do little check marks in my Instagram story, responded to everyone that responded to my poll, messaged people that messaged me about Transform 20, just kind of a little this is literally what I just did during my power hour. And then people are like, oh, that's all? I could do that too. And then I also have people who have been signing up recently that don't realize how much work goes into coaching. And so I'm trying to get back to talking about what I've actually done in my day for work. Because sometimes people are just like, okay, you're making $5,000 a month, but what are you actually doing? So those are things that have worked for me recently. And he's been sick and I've been traveling, so I got out of the habit of writing my to-do list and my stories. And I've been signing up a couple coaches, and they're like, dang, I just thought this would be easier, or I'd hit Success Club right off the bat. First of all, it's November and it's hard for all of us, so it might be a bad time for you to think that you're doing bad. But just that's what's working for me, I guess, before I just keep talking in circles.
I love it. So I totally didn't want to cut you off. I thought, Kelsey, did you say something? Oh, okay. Sorry. I love that though. I love that you're talking about, you're showing what you're doing first of all, and you're showing that it's not hard work, but you're working hard. right? This isn't a necessarily easy job, right? Helping people, trying to get through to those people, keeping them active, it's not necessarily easy. So you do have to present it in a way that it's like, oh my gosh, this is fun. But guys, even when you're working the job of your dreams, there's still going to be aspects that you don't like. Just like Brittany said, she hates inviting, but it has to be done, right? It's like shoveling out the barn. Like nobody wants to shovel poo, but you have to do it. If you want a horse, if you want to take care of your animals, you have to do it. If you want your business to thrive, you have to do those manure shoveling activities, right? Whatever it is, if it's making graphics, if it's checking into your challenge groups, whatever it is, there's always those little aspects. And we have to be completely honest with the people that we bring on that this isn't always a walk in the park, but the work that you put in is absolutely worth the payoff of the freedom that you get, right? So I love that you're presenting it that way, and that shows both sides of like, hey, this is fun and doable, and you really do need to work hard. So you're not getting people that are like, oh, I just want a free ride and let's make $1 million right off the bat, right? Tess, were you going to say something?
Oh yeah. So with my present coaches, I tried a tough love approach. And so tough love and I still love you kind of thing. So I've been I think it's working. So a lot of my coaches like, oh, part of it is like, you're in the test group, you got SC50 something, I can't even get SC2. I hear that all the time. And so I'm always talking to them about just showing up every day, even if you don't want to. And there's been a lot of resistance with swinging into Instagram. Like the stories, I'm already on it for Facebook, and I can't imagine doing 7 stories all day, and that's so perfect and all this. So what I tried, now I've kind of told them, guys, it's a part-time job. It's work. Like it is what it is. It's a job. Like you're not going to make all this money by complaining about it because it's a part-time job. You got to put the time and effort in, at least put an hour. That was the tough love part of it because I'm done. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. It is a job. And then because of the hesitancy to run into Instagram, I did this challenge, the 10-day challenge, for those who increase their followers by 100 in 10 days. They got a tank top from me, a workout tank top. And there's a company, and if you guys want it, I can send it to you. I think it's called Fitness Tea Company. So another coach had recommended it to me too. The tanks are anywhere from like $6 to $8, but they're having sales now, but they're between $6 to $11 a tank. So they had to show me the before picture and they had to show me the after picture. And so one person got up to 100, and she wasn't even one of the active coaches, which was exciting to me because I expected certain people to do it. And she just came out of the blue and she's like, I did it. Well, what was nice is everyone's like, oh my God, how did you add extra 100 followers? Because I can't even get 10. I get 10 and I lose 50 overnight. So she kind of showed them how to do it. And so some of them are still, I extended it till Friday because I use Stim Social now. And so they have a 7-day free trial. I'm like, listen, if you guys get the 7-day free trial, I'll extend it to Friday to see. And 1 or 2 of them got the account for the 7 days to bring it up to 100. So my team loves tanks. They love tanks and they like headbands. So this is what I'm trying. So something to think about.
I love it. And I just realized something else Brittany said that because I keep thinking about challengers to coaches, and Tess, you're kind of talking about the same thing where you're trying to get your current coaches to kind of work and you kind of trickle in the business activities all day long, right? So it's like, okay, you can be a challenger, you can be a discount coach, but let's trickle in these business activities and just weave it into your everyday life, right? Like Tess is saying, you really can do 3 stories a day or whatever it is and weave it into your life and get your product paid for. Like really, you can earn money just by doing that. So trickling those things in, showing how easy it is, to pay for your product, and then even more after that as you keep helping people. So anybody else I have ideas, what do you do? Leah, you took yourself off mute.
So this is more just a change that I'm making, not so much what I've pretty much recruited, let's say 90% of my working coaches, which at the moment is very few, but all of my prior coaches that were working, they've all been challengers. They all came in, fell in love with the program, and then eventually started coaching. And they're all still here, just some of them are just disconnected and not, showing up. So, but I think I have been so focused like this on like the type of person that I want to be a coach. And I had a call, I went to Tony Robbins, and I had a call with my upline, Bob Lucido. And I'm like, I need to grow my team. Like, I need to expand huge. Like, and I need to get out of the box of like looking so little. And this is what he challenged me to think about. And I also, Kelsey and I swapped calls, and we did a call on avatars yesterday. And it actually like sparked another idea for me too, that who I've been looking for in the past and who I want to attract now is so different. And I think that for me has been a huge disconnect, because I've been trying to find this type of coach that is not really actually even what I want anymore. And my niche is moms, and postpartum, depression and anxiety and this feeling of being whole and getting themselves. But that's not what I want in a business partner now anymore. It's not. I want somebody that has a variety of skills. What I'm observing of these people that come into the business now, coaches that come in now that just like freaking explode, the unicorns, they're not all the norm, right? But what's different between them and like me when I came into the business is that they have a bunch of skills already that makes them good. They're already really good at social media. They already have this like really strong confidence. They're really good at sales, connecting, chatting, talking to people, influencing. They have these skills already, none of which I had when I started, and none of which I'm looking for in coaches now. So of course they're not going to succeed. I'm looking for a mom that has no skills in connecting, social media, talking, and want her to just fall in love with the product and expect her to be a genius. Like, I'm like, what the freak am I doing? Of course they're not going to. It takes time. And that's why it takes time to grow. That's why my business has taken time to grow, because people evolve and everybody evolves at different paces. And we're all probably here because we evolved way quicker than the average coach, right? But if you want to bring in people at a higher level, then you need to find people that already have skills at a higher level, but maybe they don't have what you want to offer them. So the thing that I've been identifying is that like I have energy. I have freaking energy. I have passion. I have community. Most people don't have that. It doesn't matter if they have money already. It doesn't matter if they have a job already that they like. It doesn't matter if they have, I don't know, happy kids or whatever. They don't have those things. We offer those solutions to people, and we offer that with growth and becoming a better person, better business owner that most businesses and companies don't have. So those are the things that I'm going to like start to talk about, because I want to attract people that want those things in their life. And I'm going to specifically try to target people that already have sales skills, that already have marketing skills, that are really freaking good at talking to people, that that know something about business, that are more business savvy than me, that maybe are really good at social media already, but they don't have those other things. And
so I have a question.
Have leadership skills.
So sorry to cut you off. So how are you targeting these people? How are you finding them? What's your plan for that? Because I mean, this is genius. Yes, like absolutely, we want to find somebody that already has a skill set, but how? How are you finding them?
This is my strategy of thinking. Okay. So I wrote down, this is what I did. I said, okay, here's the type of people that I want to find. I wrote down like, this is my new avatar. Here's my book. And then I wrote down, what are the traits of these people? What are the skills that they have? And then I'm going to, what current careers are people in that have those skills? So I don't know, I just randomly was like, sales rep life. I went on Instagram and I looked it up. There's tons of people that are in sales, marketing, pharmaceutical sales reps. I was like, whoa, this is really genius. Those people freaking really good at talking to people. They like making money. They understand business concept. I started finding people. I'm like, I really like their profiles. I like their energy and their vibe. As far as people that are, where's my book? People that are already business oriented. Bob challenged me to think about businesses. Like, don't think in your box about it having to be one person, one female, one coach that's going to be able to just expand. Like, you want a variety of people. He said, you want to think about this company like you are the CEO and you are hiring the board of directors. You want a variety of people that are going to have skills that maybe aren't your strengths, and that you as a team combined, because these are going to be like your rock stars, make this incredible, foundation. And from another perspective, which I'm like, yes, this makes total sense. Let's say Instagram bombs. One day Instagram blows up. Half of you guys, your business is going to be gone, right? If Facebook blows up, my business is gone. You want somebody that has skills in other areas, that doesn't just use Facebook, Instagram. LinkedIn is an idea. I haven't tackled it yet, but a lot of people that I know are going into LinkedIn to find people in those skills. Go to LinkedIn and find people that have sales, marketing, leadership, those type of skills. But I've been reaching out to anybody I know that has a yoga studio, a martial arts studio, and just not thinking like they have to have the whole package. They could simply, this martial arts studio, I have a call set up with this guy. He does mostly kids. I'm like, he could just sell Daily Sunshine and snack bars in there, beach bars. How much they, like, companies like that, they're ready. They want to make an impact. They want to thrive. They're probably not making millions of dollars, right? They probably want to help more people. They're probably working like a dog day and night at a facility like that. And they want to be able to make more money to maybe work less or hire somebody else so that they don't have to work less. So if they could have income coming in on a monthly basis to offset some of that, that will make them money. That will make me money.
I love the thought process, and I love the strategy of finding people who already have a skill set. And I think it's awesome to target people, with financial planners, life insurance people, people who are sales reps, those kinds of people. Cause it's true. Like, everybody needs something that we have. Right. Yes. So there's nobody that you can contact that's like, no, thanks. Cause even personal trainers can utilize our products. Right. And make it cheaper and more affordable, whether it's like the low tier or whatever. It's not one-on-one. It's something that they offer, as an introductory, whatever. It can absolutely fit into anything. Right. One thing that I was thinking of is a way to attract those people is kind of what Brittany was talking about, where she says, okay, this is what I'm doing today. These are my checklists. And she's absolutely being very transparent about what she's doing throughout the day and how she's doing it, because that's showing people, okay, this is the work. These are the skills that you have to have. You have to have a little bit of hustle and a lot of heart to get these things done. So people who already have those skills, once you get them over to your page, once you're talking to them, they can see that's what they're doing, right? And it's like, oh, if they're people that are already doing it, they're like, piece of cake. Like, I can do that. You're telling me I can make money from this? Score. Yeah. Like, I'm in.
Most people that work in life insurance too, the way their business work is basically network marketing. Mm-hmm. They make sales commission, then they build a team, and then they make money off of that. So like, it's almost like the exact same business setup, but it's not network marketing,
mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's really all in who you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And another thing that I would suggest is pay attention to the language that you're using. So everybody has a different color personality, right? So if you're using like pearly words, and the pearls are like the peacemakers, very touchy-feely, emotional. If you're using those kinds of words like kumbaya, let's save each other, da, 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 you're probably not going to attract those red personalities that are like, mom boss, we're getting after this, we got to hustle, those kinds of things. So pay attention to those really strong words that you're using so that you can attract. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it really does make a difference. If you go ahead, Leah.
No, that is 100% true, because all of my coach invites, I think in the past ever, I've invited them, I specifically use the language coach or lifestyle, health and fitness coach, lifestyle coach. I've used the word coach in there. And I get some people that respond. Some people are like, I don't think I could coach. Like, I can't even coach myself, right? But I shifted my invites to leaving that totally out and saying, I'm looking for a certain set of person that has these skills to partner with me in a business opportunity. Would you be interested? And people are like, yes, tell me about it. And I'm like, what the fuck? I just changed the words.
It's so true.
I want someone that wants a business opportunity. Now, I think you have to vary that on your social media too, because you want to appeal to all people. But I knew who I was targeting, and that person was someone that I had those skills. I just changed the language, and everyone's like, yes, let's talk. Let's set up a call. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is genius.
Love that. And it totally speaks to your point, because that's why marketing people, marketing and PR, you have to be so careful as to what words you use, because there's different levels of, strength and appeals to different personality types. Just one last thing about what you said was the board of directors. I love that comparison, because what I see a lot of times is coach and then her 5 diamonds around her, which I think is so cool, because behind these 6 people, there's a huge team, but that's the core, that's the tribe that keeps the team together, keeps it working like a well-oiled machine. So I love that comparison. Love it. So any other thoughts, comments, you guys?
When in doubt.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Tess.
Oh, so I just went to monster.com and created an ad. I'm hiring. So think outside the box. Like, this insurance thing is ingenious, but so I never thought of that, but because I got a monster.com for a physician thing today, I'm like, what the heck? Why don't I just do it, reverse it? So I put an ad in. So, and I'm hiring for coaches. So just we'll see what happens. Ask me in a week.
I love that. Yes. Let's follow up. Absolutely. I want to know how that goes. Whitney, you were going to say something, love bug.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not driving anymore. I was just gonna say, when I watched coaches for a little while, for like a couple months, felt the nudge to coach, and I ended up signing up with someone who told me business stuff, and that's why I chose her, is because I asked this other random girl, like, hey, can you tell me like how much money you make? And she's just like, oh, it varies. And I ran like a woman I had only met like 2 weeks before. She happened to actually tell me what she made, and I went signing up. And so I just wanted to like affirm all those things, because I love hearing everyone's different stories of like how you sign. I would be curious to hear, like, I think most of you kind of shared, like, I came in for the opportunity, but I chose a different coach than the one that I was a challenger with, because I wanted to do the business right. Like, I didn't just want to sign up under some mom down the street. I wanted to sign up under someone who was working the business, because I wanted to take it to the top. And so, like, and not that I'm saying I'm like one of those rock stars, but I'm the type of person I would want to bring in, because I am fighting to grow my business. You know what I mean? And so if I'm wanting more of me, I need to remember that. Like, it's such a good reminder. I need to flat out share things more often. So I love that you guys are like, even Brittany, just how you like, you're sharing like, oh, checklist. I do that, but not very often. I need to really like do that every day. So thank you.
He also said they just did a call on why this time of year is the most important to be a product of the product. So I think drilling that consistency into your current coaches could inspire you to be into something big come the first quarter of next year. And that's absolutely true. When people are watching you and they're sitting there eating bonbons and, Christmas cookies and whatever, it's, yeah. And you're over here with your 6-pack. They're gonna be like, oh, I bet she feels really good. Go ahead, Brittany.
Just to speak on that a little bit, because it's just like the smallest things that, like, there are other network marketing companies that have the wraps and the skinny teas and the chocolates and the quick fixes and the cleanses and stuff. And come January 1st, they're going to be the people that say, I need this. Who wants to do it with me? Where we're going to be like, I didn't gain any weight since October, so I'm ready to actually inspire and coach you. Whereas if the other companies are going to be like, I gained 15 pounds and now I need to lose it. Who wants to lose it with me? Whereas we are that constant that they can actually look at us like, okay, I would actually hire you as my coach because you did actually, you know, stay happy and consistent and healthy through the holidays. And I think that, Kelsey, that was a huge thing that you spoke to, especially this time of year. Like, I've always dealt with seasonal sadness, and since I've been a coach, I don't. Like, it's a community of purpose and passion, and like, that is a huge thing that we need to be focusing on this time of year, because people need that. Like, the moms, or even not moms that are just going through the motions. Like, I remember before I was a mom, when I dealt with seasonal sadness, I would get home at 6 o'clock from work and just go to bed because I had nothing else to do. And that's what spirals into depression when you're sleeping 14 hours a night. And so just like touching on those points is huge, but just the consistency this time of year, even if it feels like you're talking to a wall, like, that's maybe not for us. We're still hitting Success Club and stuff, but like, our downline needs to know that sticking it out this time of year pays off tenfold January through February, or January through March, whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing too, is like drilling into my coaches' brains. Like, this is the time of year where it matters the most, because when everybody's slowing down, we're going faster to make sure that we're like hitting our goals. But I have struggled a little bit with my downline, and no matter, like, with me acting that I can only show them what I'm doing and I can only set an example. Obviously you can't force them and you can't drag them through the mud, but one of the things that we're doing, and Haley Christian's my upline, so her and I came up with this idea to have a Diamonds for New Year's like push group, but it's not one of those ones where, you know, you throw in $20 and whoever hits diamond gets the pot. It's emeralds and above, and we have a checklist every single day in this private group. If you're not emerald, you can't be in it. If you don't do the things that are required, you get kicked out. But we have a poll. So instead of, we were thinking about doing one of those those like Google Docs or whatever, kind of like I think you guys do for corporate, where everybody puts like, you know, what they hit for Success Club and all of that, but she's not tech savvy at all. So we decided to nix that, and we have a poll in there. So every single day we have a poll of the actions that you should be doing daily. And every single person has to check off, you know, whether or not they did everything. So the requirements to stay in the group is to post every single day, no matter what, to do the polls every single day, and to post your weekly before and after photos, like literally post a photo every single week. So obviously it makes you not want to eat like an asshole, because you're like, well, everybody's going to see this every single week. And part of the checklist is, you know, staying true to your meal plan. Actually, I can bring it up real quick and just kind of tell you like what today's is, because it really has helped so many people that probably normally wouldn't be going the extra mile stay accountable, because they want to be a part of this kind of like exclusive little group that's going on. Like today is, there's only 35 days left in the year. Wednesdays are push days. We get paid tomorrow. We rank advance tomorrow. We got shit to do. Like, here's your checklist. And it's read and listen to your PD. What stood out to you today? So we all share like a quote from our PD in the comments, which helps, because if you're, you know, you're not feeling what you're reading, then you can read through and see what other people have to say that can help you like come up with a post. Then it's post at least one time on social media with a scroll stopping post. Like you can, you know, put like link in bio or whatever to get started with me today. I'm a little bit different when it comes to that, but check your online office, make sure you're doing everything you can to rank advance, and triple check that you're not going to lose rank. Post on your IG story with a call to action, move of the day. If you have the swipe up option to join December's online boot camp, did you do all your follow-ups? Like, obviously the 140 deal is incredible right now. And if you're not reaching out to tons of people to be presenting that opportunity, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, because we have less than a week left in this month. Review your weekly goals, pick a location hashtag. So guys, if you're going to New Hampshire, you're going somewhere else, go look at that hashtag for the location to where you're going in the future, even if it's a month from now, to start adding those people to your network. And just you can even connect with them and be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be in that area in a month. I'm so excited. Did you have any tips on a restaurant I should go to or whatever? Just starting a conversation that way. And then drink at least 100 ounces of water. So it's simple things that you should be doing every day, obviously, but a lot of it is you get caught up doing one thing or the other and you let some of it fall to the wayside. But again, you have 35 days left of this year. So I'm not going to be premier, but or elite this year, but I know next year, with all of this work that I'm putting in, because I've had girls hit diamond and I have them hit and drop. So that's where I'm at right now. But I'm getting to the point where I'm building all of this momentum that I know it's going to stick because of all of that legwork that you're putting in. You're laying the foundation for the rest of your business. And yes, I'll absolutely screenshot it and put it in the group.
Does the location tagging help you on Instagram stories? I don't think it's ever done anything. How has it helped? If you're I'm in Atlanta, so you're just geotagging, let's say San Francisco, right? Even though you're sitting in Atlanta, how does that help you?
I don't necessarily do that for my stories. I do that for my posts. Just people will click on you from that area. 'Cause occasionally I'll go, if I'm going somewhere, I'll go click on the location and then you see everybody's post from that location. So, I can't say that it's a huge crazy thing, but when it comes to your story, if you're tagging your location and where you are, and I don't know the logistics behind it or why, but I definitely notice a lot more views when I tag my location than when I don't.
This is in stories or the Instagram feed or both?
Stories for your location is when I see more views on my story.
Okay.
Guys, so much incredible information. I love this. So there were a couple of things in the chat. Yes, Kelsey will screenshot that and put it in our group. And then if anyone is in Ohio, they need a guest speaker for January 11th, just a shameless plug there. So if you want that, talk to Brittany. And then I want you guys to know, I don't know if you've gotten wind of this, but we are changing the elite qualifications next year. We're changing the program. So it is on the round table now. So if you have your upline is 5-star or above, hit them up, ask them what the changes are. So next week, what I will do is I'll train on that. Okay. I'll let you know exactly what needs to be done because I expect you all to be gunning for that next year. We're getting ready for that now. I know that you're ramping up so that in January you can be halfway there by the end of January, right? Love it. So I'll do that next week. We'll train on that. So if you guys have any questions, learn what you can learn. There's going to be, watch the champions page because there's going to be a training on that on Friday as well. So we'll talk more about that next week, but love this.